my channel. If you're new, hello, my name is Sheila. If you're not new, welcome back, friends. Happy New Year. I know I said Happy New Year in my last video, but this is my first official video of 2022, and I'm very, very excited and happy to have you here because we're doing our January 2022 goal setting and power sheet. 'Tis the season. Happy January. I hope you all had a restful holiday season and New Year's. Make sure to hit the subscribe button if you are not subscribed. I do monthly goal setting videos and bookish content and work vlogs as an archivist, so I'd love to have you join the community and see my journey to reach all of my big goals for this year. So with that said, let's get started, friends. So first things first is our prepare well page. So this page is really just a kind of place to brainstorm your month, and they give you kind of prompts like to-dos that you need to do, what you're excited for, what's on your mind, where I usually put like what's stressing me out or worrying me, and then the I'm hopeful that ... section. So I feel like I had the same kind of overwhelm that I experienced last year when I was doing this, and I think it was because it's a brand new year, brand new month, and I don't know, I just totally blanked on what to put on here. So some things that help me fill this page out when I am kind of feeling lost is just getting out like my iCalendar and seeing like if there's anything on there, and journaling, and my planner, which I think that is why I was feeling kind of lost, because it's a brand new year. I have a new planner that I'm going to be using. Realizing that's why I was overwhelmed helped me kind of go easier on myself with this. And then it hit me, I was like, okay, let's see what I actually need to do, like concrete, just admin life things, events, what events are going on in my life. And then start to add in the habits and goals through the prep work that I did, and try and figure out how to add them and incorporate them into my schedule. And then it all started making sense. So after I got over that initial hump, I was like in a better flow of what to do at that point. All right, next page after that is our calendar page. So for the calendar page, I started by putting just like when I need to get a video up, and then I added in my menstrual cycle because I like to track and know like what weeks I'm going to be lower energy and higher energy and all of that. And then I put some intentions over on the side there, which really are like wintry January restful intentions, to remember not to be hard on myself, not to push myself to do too much. So that's kind of an encouraging exercise I recommend if you feel super overwhelmed. Just remember that we're in a slow, restful season, and you don't have to do so many things at once, or even one thing at once. Something new I added over in this section was the to try like to-do list, I guess. Instead of like to do, to try sounds more encouraging because there's no like commitment and I feel like I don't have to do it if I don't want to. So that might be something I carry on into future months. So I just wrote in 2 routines that I'm trying to incorporate into my schedule that are tied back to my yearly goals, which I'll talk about in a second. So that was helpful. And then I just made a little evening routine, kind of like mapped that out on a post-it note and stuck it in here because my sleep schedule is ridiculous after the holidays and Vlogmas and everything. So I really want to kind of get back to going to bed earlier, waking up at a decent time, and kind of get out of the current sleep schedule and lack of evening routine that I have. So I'm excited to see how that turns out. One other thing I'll say is, like, once I got to the calendar page, I started to feel kind of overwhelmed and kind of lost because I wasn't really sure, again, like what to put on here, and I felt so like overwhelmed. And then I realized I don't have like a planner system like set up yet for myself, because hello, it's a brand new year. That's why earlier months have been so easier, because I always do this with my calendar along next to me, and it helps me kind of, you know, pull out what needs to get done and then figure out how much time I have in my schedule, yada yada yada. So once I realized that, I was like, okay, this is why I'm feeling overwhelmed, and now how can I like solve this problem? So this year I decided that I am going to try bullet journaling, and I got a brand new journal to create my spreads, and I haven't completed any spreads yet. So last night I actually started to draft out some spreads. Very simple, very minimal. I might show, you know, later on in a future video. So knowing that also really helped me work through my power sheets, because I knew kind of like the system that I was using, and yeah, it just all made more sense in my head. All right, after that we have our brainstorm your month and attending list pages. And in between there, since it's January, if you're a new Power Sheets user, Power Sheets has this kind of pep talk and how to fill out attending list section, which is very useful. And I always like reviewing it at the beginning of New Year, just to give me inspiration and motivation. And then I was able to actually dive in to brainstorm my month. So what I love about the brainstorm your month versus attending list page is that this is like your draft. This is where you can write out, make a mess, not worry about your attending list being perfect, which I desperately need. So that you have space to do your monthly ideas for goals, projects, habits, weekly and daily. So monthly, I always kind of see that as a goal. Weekly are just weekly habits or activities that I want to do every single week. Daily would be just daily habits, things that I want to do every single day. And then at the bottom, they have a section where you can kind of connect all of the goals on here to the different areas of your life. And this helps you tie it back to all of the prep work that you did at the beginning, and make sure that you're creating meaningful goals that are actually going to help you reach your yearly goals. So again, I got overwhelmed because I think I was just overwhelmed during this whole process because it's new. And I realized I need to have my goals in front of me, like, because if I'm creating monthly goals to help me reach my yearly goals, I need to have my yearly goals in front of me. So I went and created my Goals at a Glance, which is a wildcard page I received with my 2021 Power Sheets. I bought their accessories, but you can get this for free on their website. I'll try and link it down below if you want to print this out at home. But that game changer for me, because I need to like see, very visual person, I need to see my goals like in front of me in order to create monthly goals that I know are helping me reach the yearly goals. So this is tremendous help once I finally wrote this out and just put it up, and I was able to connect all of my January goal ideas to my yearly 2022 goals. All right, so after I got everything drafted, it was time for our attending list, friends. My encouraging words is an affirmation that I got from Yoga with Adrienne. I am doing her 30-day move yoga journey / challenge over on her YouTube channel. I'll link it below. I'm sure you've heard of it or probably have done it in the past yourself. But day one, the prompt was here, and the affirmation for that routine practice was I am here. And I just really resonated with that because I've just been all over the place with, again, December, holidays, 2021, and this month my priority is to establish new and optimized habits or routines, just to get back to like the core, you know, habits that really help me live a centered, calm, peaceful life, which in the end allows me to be my best self. So I am here. Whenever I'm overwhelmed, just gonna like say that. It's very simple, easy to remember. I'm also gonna try and put like a post-it note up or write it in my planner journal. That's just kind of like the running affirmation theme for January. And then for my monthly goals, I have 6 altogether, and I like to kind of create sections for my goals where the top ones are like ones that I'm dead focused on, like we're gonna put in the work, like this is happening. And then at the bottom I like to put just random things that I would like to do, but if I don't do it, I'm not gonna beat myself up over it. So in terms of goals that I'm definitely focusing on, publish for YouTube videos, just getting back into our yearly schedule. After Vlogmas, I had a nice little break, and now I'm kind of ready to just get back into a consistent weekly upload schedule. Read 4 books, because my 2022 goal is to read 45 books, and I kind of did some mapping out in my goal breakdown pages to figure out, like, on average, how many books should I be reading. And I want to like read books like that match up and align with the season that I'm in. So like in the summer last year, I realized I'm outside more, I might be traveling, and I have less time to read. So in the winter, fall time, I have more time to read. So that's gonna help me kind of break down like months that I want to read more books, and then months where I want to read less books, so I'm not putting too much on my plate. Read the book of 2 Kings, following along with my faith goal to read 12 books of the Bible this year. Pay an extra $800 on my student loan. I talked about my big finance goal in my yearly goal video, so I'll let you watch that for all the details. But car is paid off, friends. I actually just got the letter in the mail from my finance company that it's officially paid off, and they're going to be sending me the title in the mail soon. So exciting stuff. That's some like concrete celebratory things that I can definitely be excited about. And then at the bottom, we just have some health goals that relate to my overall goal of taking care of my body, mind, and soul. So I talked about this kind of strategy and process in my yearly goals video, where I have like intentions or habits for my yearly goal, which are really just kind of like themes, and I can extract mini goals from those depending on the month or season that I'm in. So example, yearly goal, take care of my body, mind, and soul. 2 goals for January is to find a new doctor and schedule an appointment, and find a dentist and schedule an appointment. So those are just 2 concrete tasks, goals that I need to do that kind of relate back to my overall intention. And I feel like this kind of approach gives me so much flexibility to just have a theme for the year, but not do so much long-term planning, because I am not planning for like Q4 already, or October 2022. That is way too far in the future. Honestly, like April is too far in the future. So I feel like this gives me so much flexibility. All right, weekly action items. We have kind of a full house. So first things first, I want to have a weekly language learning study session. So one of my big goals for this year is to cultivate a language learning routine and learn Spanish. So I want to have a weekly study session that could be 30 to 60 minutes. I haven't figured that out yet. Every week, where I'm doing some kind of lesson and studying Spanish. I want to do a weekly Bible study. I usually do a Bible study on Saturday and Sundays on the weekends, and that's when I really get to read most of the Bible and work towards that monthly goal. Practice drawing, so that ties into my 2022 goal of cultivating my creativity and just improving my drawing skills. So in the future, I want to do some kind of course or challenge, but I think for January, since my focus is to just establish new routines, I'm kind of exploring how my life and schedule is going to look like with these new habits, especially with trying to learn a new language and trying to practice drawing. Those are 2 things that I need to figure out how I'm going to add to my schedule without overwhelming myself. So I'm not going to commit to any kind of like course or challenge yet. I just want to like sit and draw once a week at least, and that's like good enough for me. Working out for 10 to 15 minutes, 2 to 3 days a week. I've been on a struggle bus. If you have been here for a while, you know every month I feel like I have a good month with working out. I have a bad month. It just fluctuates, and that's okay. I am trying little by little progress. I think doing the 30-day yoga challenge is gonna help me get back into a more established routine, and I am gonna count those yoga practices as my workout, but I really want to spend like 10 to 15 minutes like moving my body in a different way, whether I go on a walk, do a dance video, cardio, just something where I'm moving my body. And my last weekly action item is to read 4 to 5 days. Pretty simple because I want to read a lot of books this month. Well, 4 books is a lot for me, so I need to be making sure that I'm reading daily so I can obviously hit that goal. All right, my daily action items / daily habits, things that I want to do every day. First things first, meditate. I always do yoga and meditate in the morning, like 5 to 10 minutes each, depending on what my schedule looks like. So since I'm doing the yoga journey, that's the next habit underneath meditate. So really I'll be doing yoga in the morning and then ideally yoga at night with Adrian, because those videos are a little bit longer. Practice Spanish. So I do want to practice Spanish every day, but that doesn't mean it's a long study session. It might just be going through an exercise in my app, talking to George in Spanish. So I need to really map out what that looks like because I haven't yet. Gratitude, just writing in my journal like 3 things that I'm grateful for, write the word, whatever the scripture of the day is in my Bible app, and drink 64 ounces of water because water is very important, friends. So the last thing that I do on my tending list is just put on some stickers, and they're all color coded. Each color connects it back to one of my yearly goals. So pink is YouTube, the green is finance, and so forth. And then once I get all the stickers on there, I can kind of look at my tending list and see overall like what I'm focusing on, like what area of my life I'm focusing on this month. So there's a lot of oranges, which means I'm taking a good care of my body, mind, and soul this month. All right, and those are all of the goals, habits, intentions for January. I feel a lot better now, which is good because I felt very directionless. I think I'll feel even more better when I actually get my bullet journal spread together. So I'm gonna work on that like tonight, because right now I don't really have any kind of like system to actually implement and put these into my schedule. So that's kind of like the next step after I create my goals and intentions and habits, is just like figuring out how they're gonna fit into my schedule and putting it in my like iCalendar, my planner, and just kind of having it, you know, planned ahead of time and doing the work, friends, doing the work. So I'd love to hear what your goals and intentions are for the month of January. Make sure to go check out my 2022 yearly goal video if you have not already. Thank you again for being here, friends. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed, and I will see you in the next video.